Well, if you caught the season premiere of SWAT on CBS tonight, you probably saw images that were pretty familiar. The Rodney King riots in 1992 sparked a racial reckoning in Los Angeles, as well as here in Las Vegas. And it's a conversation that is especially timely this year. Orko Manna explores what's changed and the work that's left to do.
In late April 1992, riots erupted in Los Angeles after 4 white LAPD officers were acquitted in the beating of Rodney King, the verdict leading to lootings, fires, and violence in the streets. Tensions also mounting in Las Vegas that month. A whole shopping center burned to the ground, police cracking down on the demonstrations.
I mean, the city kind of was on lockdown.
UNLV African American Studies professor Tyler Perry says the protests in Las Vegas were contained to the west side, a historically black neighborhood, but the unrest there did not happen overnight.
It wasn't just the Rodney King verdict. That was kind of the catalyst for what occurred. This had been bubbling up since the 1980s, particularly as you have a more heavy-handed form of policing being employed.
When things settled down, efforts were made to bridge the gap between those here on the west side and the police, and things improved. Fast forward to 2020 when protesters took to the Las Vegas Strip following the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Police responding with improved policies, but still deploying the SWAT team.
Is that something that is considered a typical tactic?
Yeah, unfortunately so.
Somebody, please, man, I can't breathe.
The recent protests and police response, as well as the Rodney King riots in LA, are explored in CBS's primetime drama SWAT. The main character, a black man in law enforcement.
It was really bad, during those times.
Security expert Jonathan Simon is a retired Metro Police sergeant and knows that duality all too well. He worked security at Nellis Air Force Base during the Rodney King riots.
As a African American that's in law enforcement, I believe the challenge in 1992, the challenge today is we have to explain to our kids that every police officer is not bad. How do you get that storyline straight?
The conversation is far from over, and experts say collaboration is key.
At least perhaps work toward gaining the trust of the community.
Coming together to address racial injustice in Vegas and beyond. Orko Manna, 8 News Now.